So I went to Cape Coast Castle and Elmina Castle, and these are my thoughts. Before I went to the slave castles, I thought I knew how I would feel and what visceral reactions to expect. But that's so far from the truth. Here I find myself in this beautiful place with stunning architecture, and each footstep I take mirror an ancestor. It's so little time to process the horrors that took place here, and I should not expect myself to process so much in such little time, as these horrors lasted generations and have forever stained the pages of history. Lest we forget that African history existed thousands of years before slavery and colonization. According to Dr. Anthony T. Browder, if a book of African history was a book of 1,000 pages, the story of our enslavement would begin on page 996 and would only be about 2 pages long. Even if this may hold true, the horrors and effects of the transatlantic slave trade resonate today and have forever changed the course of mankind. It may interest you to know that both slave castles had a church on premises. In Cape Coast Castle, the church was located above the male slave dungeons, and at Elmina, it was located in the middle of the courtyard. The location that I felt most uncomfortable was in the condemned room at Cape Coast Castle. As the story goes, once you enter the condemned room, you will never come out alive. I could feel the breath leaving my body when I entered the condemned room. It was dark, damp, hot, and humid, clearly designed for suffering. One current theme that reigned throughout both tours was truth and acceptance. Truth that Africans did participate in the transatlantic slave trade, even though it was the creation of the Europeans. We have to tell the whole truth for healing to take place. Also, keep in mind that the transatlantic slave trade didn't happen overnight. The Portuguese first came as friends and missionaries, hence why Elmina Castle was built. It was after the Europeans decimated the indigenous populations in the Americas that they turned their sights to Africa for forced labor. As horrifying and heartbreaking as this is, life goes on. There are fishing villages around the castles, and the kids gleefully play football on what was once a site of evil men and their deeds.